Okay, so welcome to today's video. It's just gonna be me rambling here. Um, yeah, I just got off of work. I took my job back at Target. Oh, wrong side of the shirt. There we go, Target. So, yeah, I took a job unloading the trucks. I've been bored and kind of slightly depressed, not getting out of the house, to be honest. Just to be completely honest, that's why I took the job back. It's not that I'm like, oh my god, desperate for money. I gotta go work at Target and do retail work. No, I just needed something to get out of the house because between doing the real estate, the electronics repair, and YouTube, I mean YouTube's not making me money, but I don't get out of the house much, and to be honest, and recently getting out of the military, moving back home, I really don't have any friends here anymore. So, yeah, I'd been cooped up in the house for 3 months and getting kind of depressing. So, uh, Target had called because I was still an employee of Target for the last 8 years, even though I haven't showed up to work in 8 years. Um, they called because of the hurricane and were like, "Hey, you good? We got to call and check on you because you're still an employee here." And I was like, "Am I?" Because I took a 6 year leave of absence for the military, which was as long as you were allowed to take. You're allowed to take 6 or 7 years. I can't remember. Leave, and they called and were like, "Hey, your leave's running out." And I was like, "Well, I'm still in the military," so I just thought that meant they were going to terminate me. But I guess they renewed it for another 6 years, um, and so, but I'm still on the book. So after the hurricane, they had to call and check and be like, "Hey, are you good?" And I was like, "Oh, I still work here. Well, put me back on the schedule. I'm bored." But yeah, so they called and checked, and I was like, "Sure, I'll I need to come back to work. I need to get out of the house." So that's that. So I took the job back, and now I was clear though I would not. So my department didn't exist anymore. I worked Target Cafe, and this store that I work in got remodeled, and they don't have a Target Cafe there anymore. They have a Starbucks, and they have a self checkout with a popcorn that you can buy. So Target Cafe is gone. I think Starbucks pops the popcorn for it now. So my department didn't exist anymore, and I was like, well, I'm not going to work a cash register because I don't want to get COVID-19 and I don't want to give it to the kids. So put me unloading trucks. I'll do trucks, and I really like it. It's especially when I'm the guy actually throwing the truck. So um, the way Target does it, it's not like most stores, like like if you go to a Publix and stuff, they just bring everything out on pallets. Target just throws everything in the truck. They literally just throw it all in there. So it's like a giant mountain of crap when you open it. It all falls over from driving. It's this giant mess. So you have to literally pick up every single item and throw it on a conveyor belt, and then they sort it onto different things. It seems like a really inefficient way of doing it. It seems like it'd be more efficient because, like, when they in the warehouse when they ship it, they put a label on that's like it's got like the aisle it goes on and everything on that label. So it would seems like it would make more sense for them to sort it in the warehouse where they have more room for that kind of stuff, and put them on pallets and wrap the pallets in saran wrap. So that way you just go in with pallet jacks and take it all out, and it'd be like really fast. You could unload the truck in like 30 minutes, which right now takes like 4 hours to unload a truck. And you could unload that truck in 30 minutes with like one or two people, and we're using 5 people to unload a truck. So I don't know. Labor wise, it seems like it's a little more expensive, but I do get once you pallet everything and wrap it like that, you can't fit as much stuff on the truck. So maybe you're saving money because of shipping costs. I don't know. I don't do logistics. I don't have a degree in logistics, so I'm just saying from what I can see, it's a lot of like human labor to get to that point. But enough of how Target does business. Like, who really cares? It's a retail company doing retail things. That's not what this channel's about, and I could care less. I'm there for fun. I'm there to talk to the employees and have a good time. I mean, I work my ass off while I'm there. take pride in working hard. So I'm not there dicking around or anything, but you know, I'm there because I want to be there, which I think is a good employee to have. You know, somebody that wants to show up to work. I want less hours. God, they're giving me too many hours. So I told them I'd come back part time, and I'm working like 37 hours a week. It's like, give me less hours, please. Which is it's really sad because I don't want that. I don't want a bunch of hours, and they have employees that want a bunch of hours, and I'm getting a bunch of hours. I'm like, can I give them my hours? Like, I don't want them. I want to come. I want to come in 2 days a week, just so I get out of the house. That's it. You know, Target, you're my therapy. Get me out of the house. Uh, I'm sure there's plenty of like um, housewives that say that Target, you're my therapy, and you spend all their money there. But yeah, I don't know. What was I getting at? I was trying to talk about. I've lost my train of thought on this. So it's just so weird being out of the military and going back into civilian work though. Like it's culture shock. You know, everybody talks about it, and you go, I remember what it was like. It's not going to be a big deal. You know, I'm just go back to work. It is so weird. It's weird to have that leadership that literally has like no experience being leaders before, that will belittle their employees and not do, you know, they don't do any leadership stuff. They're like that worst NCO you could imagine while you were in the military, and they're there. No, which isn't like, I'm not saying that all of the leaders at Target suck. For the most part, they all are really cool. Well, I wouldn't say really cool. They're all pretty cool. You know, they're what you would expect. They're people working as managers in a retail store. What more do you expect of them? They're not perfect. It's an hourly position that they're working. I mean, God, you can't expect these people to be like, I don't know. I'm really not trying to like talk down on them. I like them. I like the people I work with. I mean, there's one of them that he's this person's oh God, he's just like what you'd imagine the worst NCO ever. I'm not talking about the store leader or anything. Just so you know. Target, you're gonna fire me after like the second or third video. I want to make a COVID-19 video, and y'all are totally gonna fire me for that video. um, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if we're allowed to disclose it. Like, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it, but we've had two COVID-19 cases in the same day at our store. Two people test positive in the same day. So, and like these people were working on like Black Friday and stuff. So, yeah. What are you gonna do? Fire me? I don't care. Um, but I'll go get a boring job somewhere else. But I like Target, and I like the culture there. That's why I was totally happy to go back, is because I have fond memories of when I worked there 8 years ago. Um, I my fond memories of it were like, they always would have food in the break room, which they still pretty regularly have food in the break room for us. Um, and you know, they're not like, so before I worked at Target, I worked in restaurants. That was like my only other work experience. And like restaurants, you don't you don't get to take your breaks when you're supposed to and stuff. Like, it just doesn't happen. You don't do that. You know, you'll get your 15-minute breaks, but they break them up into a couple of minutes here and there, and just go, yeah, you got your federally mandated 15-minute break. It totally happened. Um, so it was really weird going from restaurants to Target and being like, oh, you know, you have to take a break. Like, what do you mean I have to take a break? What is this? I have to take a break. But yeah. So, and then going from Target to the military and seeing like some real leadership and like what a real I don't know. I don't want to talk. To some people, Target is a real career, and there are people that aspire to be store managers and stuff like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. More power to you. I'm glad that that is your calling in life. It's not mine. I don't ever want to be a store leader. Like, worst case scenario, you could work me up to like what they call it an ESL. They're just like a team lead. They lead like 4 or 5 people under them. I you could work me up to that level, but that would be it. After that, like any sort of promotion from there, I'd be like, hell no, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to be an ESL. Like I have no aspiration to be a team leader. However, I could see them moving me there just because of my experience in the military, and having somewhat of a college degree and stuff. And well, most of these places don't. Um, Okay, so what I'm really trying to get at in this video is I'm now working a second job, and they're working me way more hours than I want to be working, and it's a night shift, so I'm working from 10 p.m. to 6:30 in the morning. So I'm asleep during the day right now. I I go to bed around 7:30 in the morning, and I'll wake up around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, get some work done, come out here, do whatever mailing clusters I got. Maybe I'll have scheduled somebody to do a drop off. And then after that, I'll take an hour or two nap before I go to work. Go to work, and then repeat. So, and they've like I work the next 9 days in a row. So, yeah, like they're giving me way more hours than I wanted, and I'm not gonna give them a hard time about it because I get it. I totally understand. It's the holiday season, and y'all are making a ton of money, even though COVID-19's going on and people shouldn't be shopping. Uh, don't get me started on it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a COVID-19 video though, because Okaloosa County, which is where I'm at in Florida, it got flagged to red. It's one of the red spots or hot spots or whatever the White House is calling it. We're now one of the main spreaders of COVID-19. We have Fort Walton Beach High School, which is the number one um, COVID-19 spreader. They got it running the most rampant out of any high school in the state. Is what I was told. I didn't verify that, but that's what somebody told me that. I'll have to verify that fact before I do the video. There we have currently 2 ICU beds open, and that's it. So our hospital is very much so full. It did have plenty of capacity on the regular beds, but the ICU beds, they only had two open ICU beds. They've been pushing out notifications. When I do the video, I'll have that little, what do you call it, an infographic or whatever. The Okaloosa County has been putting out, and it's got all that information on it. But yeah, our high school is spreading COVID-19 like crazy. We have 2 high schools here, and we've had elementary school teachers test positive and continue to work. One of my coworkers was telling me that his student's teacher had that happened, that she tested positive for COVID, but was not symptomatic, so she continued to work. And yeah, it's just people are not taking COVID-19 seriously at all here. Like I'm not talking about work now. I'm just talking about Okaloosa County in general. It's a joke. COVID-19's a joke here. People don't care. They really just do not care at all. They run around in public without masks on. They're traveling for the holidays. My neighbor had across the street. He did a turkey fry for Thanksgiving and had like his whole family there. They had like 20, 30 people in the yard. Now, I had Thanksgiving with my dad and brother, but we work together in real estate and we're always in close contact with each other anyways, so it made no difference. But we didn't have, my grandpa over and my cousins or any of that kind of stuff. We didn't all get together and have a big old Thanksgiving. I mean, my brother, my dad and I got together, but we see each other pretty much every day anyways. So, yeah, people aren't taking it serious. And if I hadn't been seeing my dad, I would not have gone over there. But we've been having contact, so it just makes so different. But like people like my neighbor, where they had like 30 people over for Thanksgiving, that's ridiculous. I mean, I get it. I get it. You want to see your family. I understand it. It's been long. Everybody's getting, fatigue, COVID-19 fatigue or pandemic fatigue, whatever you want to call it. But we just have to remember that this isn't over yet. Like, sure, most of us are going to be fine if we catch it. Um, but I don't want to catch it and give it to my grandpa who lives two houses down from me and kill him. Like, I don't want to do that. And if you and I, because my demographic viewer, most of my viewers are between the age of like 20 and 50, white males. That's my demographic on according to YouTube analytics. I don't think I have any female viewers other than my mom. I think my mom watches the channel. But yeah, other than that, my demographics are young white males. So yeah, most of us would be perfectly fine if we caught COVID-19. However, if we got the serious symptoms and got the pneumonia and shit going on, we can get scarred tissue in our lungs. My mom's a doctor. She explained this to me. So yeah, she was telling me how they don't know yet what the extent of the young people that are getting the scar tissue of how long it'll last, if it'll go away or not. So it's with pneumonia, it's pretty common for that scar tissue to go away on its own. But COVID-19 is new, so people they just don't know yet. So this is something to consider. Is like, yeah, you may not recover and not die, but you still may have lifelong symptoms. My lungs aren't going to be 100% because of flux from soldering, but yeah, I don't know. But hey, news for the channel, just channel news here. We've surpassed the 4,000 view hours, which is one of your two requirements for monetization. So at the time of making this video, I think I'm at 855 or 56 subscribers, and I have my 4,000 view hours. So that's excellent news. We're pretty much there to monetization. So thank you guys. Thank you all of you for doing that. I'm super happy to be to that point. I really never thought I was gonna make it to monetized. I It was the goal of getting monetized is not really the money. It's the fact that my last unit I was in, well, not my last unit. So my last unit was at the 820th Cause, which is a great unit. I loved it there. Before that, I was at the 824 BDS, and there were two guys there that also did YouTube videos, but they did like video game streams, and they like live streamed like every single night, and like put a lot of money into their streaming computer and a lot of money into good audio and lighting and camera equipment, which I've now put a lot of money into a good camera. That Sony camera there is not a cheap camera. But I mean, I haven't put a ton of money into lighting. I got a $20 light from Home Depot and another like $5 light from like Walmart behind it. But yeah, I don't know. What I was trying to get at is, so these two guys that I used to work with, they always would tell me that they're like, you're never gonna get monetized. So this is them. I make a video every single day, and I have a couple of viewers that comment on every single one of my videos, and I'm not monetized, and I've been doing this for 2 years. This is them talking. Like you'll never make it, especially you trying to do repair videos. Who's gonna watch that? So I had a lot of negative feedback when I was talking about doing my YouTube channel at first. Like it was before I even started doing the channel. I was like, hey, I know you guys do videos. Like, what kind of tips you got? And then they were like, basically, fuck off. That was their tips. Like, and I don't know. I wasn't really friends with the guys, and I guess I could see how they probably get asked that all the time. Although I've never had anybody ask me about doing YouTube when I tell them I do it. But I don't talk about it either a lot. Most people don't know that I do YouTube videos. But speaking of that, second day, it was my second day back at work at Target. There's a guy named Ken there. he's got like really long dreads, and he worked there 8 years ago when I worked there the first time. Um, well, Ken sees me by the track. I was throwing cardboard boxes in the baler, and Ken sees me. He goes, I know you from somewhere. I was like, yeah, I worked here 8 years ago. I worked here with you. He goes, no. He's like, I know you from somewhere else. So I was like, I don't know. And he's like, you got a YouTube channel, don't you? I was like, yeah, I do. He's like, you fix electronics. I was like, yep, that's me. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's fixed until broken. That's me. That's the first time that ever happened. I've never had anybody, you know, run into me from the street and be like, I know you from YouTube. So that was really cool. It felt good. It I don't know. It felt good. I liked it. I liked being recognized. It's not like, oh, I'm famous now. There's people seeing me off the street. It's just, I don't know. I like YouTube. I like doing this. I like making the videos. I love reading your comments. I read every single comment. I love the ones that I just want to write Google that shit. Oh my god, there's so many of them that's just like Google that shit. I've responded that a couple of times. But I do I really enjoy reading all your comments, even when they're stupid. Because it lets me know you watched the video. Because even your stupid comments let me know, okay, he watched up until this point in the video. So, yeah, I don't know if you start rambling on like I am in this video. I don't know. I wanted to do a little update, basically a thank you, because it was today or last night or today I hit the 4,000 view hours. So I wanted to do a video basically saying thank you. It kind of lets you know what's going on, why you're not getting a ton of videos out of me right now, because I am fucking busy. I'm busy and tired, and yeah, unloading that truck's hard work. I think I lost where I train of thought on that earlier. I was trying to say is I like throwing the truck because it's like getting paid to go to the gym. The stuff's heavy. A lot of the stuff's heavy coming off the truck. I mean, there's literally weights on the truck because we sell weights at Target, and you just throwing it. So I like doing that because it's like getting paid to go to the gym. So it's kind of getting me in shape. I've definitely gone down probably one belt loop since I started working. So it's healthy. I like going to work. It's healthy for me, not just for my mental health, but for my physical health too. I'm gonna lose a little bit of this going on here. I mean, I'm not fat by any mean, but I got a little I could stand to trim off there. Speaking of trim, I did get my hair cut. I no longer look homeless. I did that before I went back to work. I've been working for like a month now, so it's about due for another haircut, another trim here. But yeah, hey, I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.